Hey friends, Kristen from Whole Family Health Food here. Welcome back to my 5-part series on probiotics. So we've talked about what probiotics are and when you might want to introduce them. So if you've decided that it sounds like it could be a good idea for you, the next question becomes, how the frack do we pick the right one when there are like 9,000 different options available on the shelf? And these are just a few of what we have in the store. There's more. But wait, there's more. So it can get super overwhelming if this isn't your wheelhouse to know what do you select for yourself. So whenever someone comes into the store and asks me if we have probiotics and which one I think they should use, I never ever answer that question unless I ask them first, what's happening? What's going on? What symptoms are you experiencing? What has motivated you to come in asking for a probiotic? Because that's gonna help me zero in on the right formula for you. Because with probiotics, there are some really different approaches. There is something called the shotgun approach. So that would be something more like this guy here. This is 50 billion live active cultures, so lots of those good probiotics per capsule. But also when you kind of flip the label over, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's just a long list of things here. These are all of the different probiotic strains. So probiotics, just one big general term that we're using for all different kinds of good bacteria. So with this type of shotgun approach, we're getting lots of different strains and we're getting a pretty hearty dose of the active cultures. This is something that would be appropriate if, say, you've just taken an antibiotic, you've wiped everything out. You really need to put a good variety of bacteria in a pretty hearty amount back into your system so that we can repopulate that sort of vacant area that's just been wiped out and make sure that we're putting a variety of strains in a pretty high potency back before any bad bacteria gets a chance to take over and proliferate. We naturally have an abundance of different strains in our digestive tract and, like I said, in and on our body. So this would match what would naturally be occurring in our system, prior to taking antibiotics. A big variety of strains and an abundance of cultures. So that would be a great opportunity to benefit from that kind of shotgun approach. If you have a very specific issue that you're working on, then we can get more specific about the strains because certain strains of probiotic have been studied for their specific benefit. So one of my favorites, this is the OG probiotic. This one's been around since the dawn of time and there is like reams of research on it, thick as a Bible. This is just one strain in here. One strain, the potency isn't even overly high, but we know that this specific strain is very targeted for yeast and candida. So if you are really working on like an anti-candida protocol, this is a perfect probiotic for you because it's really going to support your goals. So it's not that you always have to have the biggest potency, the most strains. Sometimes that's the right approach, but sometimes something very targeted for the goals that you're going after is the right approach. So again, just having a chat with myself, Cassie, Justin, any practitioner that you're working with on your health goals, that's going to really help you focus in on what's the right formula for you. More is not always better. Better is better, right? Making sure that you're getting the best strains with the most evidence for the goal that you're going for, that is going to get you where you want to go faster than any other approach.